Man, I had this quest for almost like 2 years.
Yeah.
I had to dust it off. You were pressuring me on getting
Yeah,
to
I was
watch this
bugging the shit out of you.
fucking Jason 3 in 3D, which I saw without it, and I shitted on it. But you said no, no, no. You gotta get the experience. So I dusted off. You got me on it. It was real easy. I followed your video. It was on there, and boom. I gotta say that it was a fucking awesome experience.
Hey, dude, thank you for that video, man. I'm glad because like people were asking in that last video how to do it, and I said, I'll make a video on it, and and then I showed you. I hosted the room too, so we got to get in there together. But like that's what's badass is the ability if you have a quest to experience 3D movies inside, because it's not only do you get the 3D experience, you're immersive with friends, and
I think that's the. I think we're burying the lead there. Yes, it's 3D, and that's awesome. But the one thing I love about movies is an experiential event, and you get to experience it with people. And if you have a group of friends, me, you, Godly, people that are like-minded, that just to hear their reactions to seeing things like, fucking that shit was badass. Like you get to experience that, and we're fucking 3 different states.
yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I felt like you're right here, like
Dude,
right next to me.
I was telling my girl, I was like this. He was on my right, and I hear it only in my right. It's like this nigga was sitting right here. It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. And dude, like that movie, Friday 13th, the 3D experience, they did such a fucking good job on that movie, man. Like you have to experience it 3D. It's so much better. Like everything's 3D in there. Like I'm glad you got to see it. And
I will have to say this. That what year that came out? I think it was 83.
fuck, somewhere around there.
Well, listen, it was the early 80s. For that to be from the early 80s, and I remember I told you I saw one of the Final Destinations, which came out within like let's say 15 years ago. That shit blew that movie light years ahead in terms of the technology. Like you really experienced, like they went above and beyond to fucking play the gimmick up.
Yeah.
Everything they did was to make sure you get the modern movies. They just make a movie and then they say, "Oh, it's 3D," and whatever happens, happens. They said we're shooting a movie for 3D.
Yeah, and like
that's
a lot
the
of movies,
difference.
they might throw something real quick and post. Like I think in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the chainsaw flies or whatever. But this movie, every shot they supposedly that's what they focus on. You could tell the story's not all that.
You could definitely tell that
the
they
kills
did
are all going towards the camera. They said it took hours to get some cameras set up and some shots going, and you could tell. And I think what they pulled off back then. Man, I need some more recommendations for. I need to go through the comments of the last video. I know a lot of people comment through it on that video. I need to go through it and see what recommendations are there because I read some. I didn't even know what movies they were. I'm like, dude.
The crazy thing is that this is like 40 years old. 40 years old, and the technology. I mean, again, it wasn't my favorite movie, but the experience is the difference.
Dude.
The experience, especially if you get to watch it with somebody. And you're like this, and like they you hear the reaction as well. I mean, it was really fucking cool. So again, for those people that saw the other video, I want to apologize and say, yeah, you should really experience it the way the director intended for you to watch it.
What the hell? Hey, you know what's funny? Being immersive, I was telling Gali, like, dude, you gotta come in and watch it with us because. Like he's been busy, so he didn't get his chance to come in. But I told him, dude, like watching a movie with you, dude, is hilarious. You were making the movie funny because you'd be like, "Now, why is he gonna? What were you saying? Well, why is he gonna sit on the like not wipe his ass when he gets up and all this?"
Like, who does that? Who does
And
that?
then, like,
come on, that's gross. That's just
another
gross.
guy did it too. And like the shit that you're saying, so like. Especially when it's a movie like that, like a fun movie like Friday, like it's just
You
like
know what that reminds
watching it
me
with your
of?
friends. Like
It reminds me of watching You ever remember the old episodes of Beavis and Butthead when they would watch
Yeah.
something and you just hear the commentator? That's how it felt like me and you watching it together. And like, especially if it's a movie that have you seen before, you
Yeah.
have a different perspective because somebody else catches something that you never catch before.
Yeah.
And so it's fucking cool. And to see it in 3D, it just was the cherry on top.
Yeah, even parts that weren't like poking at it, because there's plenty of the broomstick was poking, even the TV antenna was all
But
crazy
the
right
whole
there in your
cool
face.
thing is that like you can even see like when you watch a regular movie, it's 2D, it's flat. You could see that the high ground and the background, the difference. It really was a 3D movie and not just a 2D movie that just gave you some glasses and said, "Here you go."
Yeah, and I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna hit on some point, but yeah, dude, that whole like not even parts that are like sticking out at you. Like it was one part when Shelly when he gets in that little shit with the biker and they break the windshield, like the way the windshield's cut out, like it's cut out, looks funny on 2D. When you watch it 3D, it looks cool, dude. It looks like, oh shit, like it just
You
gives a
see
different
that
look.
in the foreground and
Yeah.
them in the background. It really is a cool. Listen, the director, he didn't make an Oscar, but he made a movie that was experiential and that it really gave you that feel of like that different, because sound plays such a intricate part of movies, visuals do, but when you kind of like mix that and throw in a 3D aspect to it, it just really turns it up a notch, especially a horror movie.
Dude, I know during that time it got popular, and Jaws 3D, which I have that one. I already have it set up. We just need to watch it. I saw some of it 3D. It looked okay, but some parts are really good, but some parts are like, it's all right. But the movie, what I watched so far, I had never, dude, if I saw Jaws 3, it's been a long time. The movie seemed all right, like whatever. But the parts that are underwater, I'm like, all right, this looks cool. Even the beginning of the intro, you're going to see like a fish, fucking his head floating and shit. It looks really good.
You know what I think though? I think the big difference in that is that Steven Spielberg wasn't shooting a movie for it to be in 3D. It was just a gimmick at the time, and they were just cashing in at that time.
Yeah.
But you could tell that Friday the 13th said, "Oh, we're leaning into the gimmick. This whole movie is fucking 3D."
They went all out on that one. That's my favorite 3D movie that I've seen. I seen Avatar, remember, back in the day, and that's amazing. I remember seeing it. It was really good, but it's been a long time, so it's hard for me to remember. I was in the theater when it came out, watching it, and it was good. I remember liking it a lot, but this was, I guess, because it's a newer experience for me. It's like, damn, it looked good. The old shit, Amityville 3D is another one I want to get. That was during that time era. That Blu-ray is a little more expensive, not too expensive, maybe about $35. So I'm probably gonna buy. The movie looks terrible.
Get
though.
it through your,
Yeah.
through
Well,
other ways.
I could get it for free. I have a video how to get movies for free. You just put them on that fucking payment plan, and you don't notice you're paying it.
Oh, I forgot about the payments. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, that's why I want to get a list of a couple 3D movies to watch. I think one of the Fast and the Furious is 3D. I forgot which one it is. I don't know. There's quite a few of them, but for sure, I want to redo that Avatar because I want to get
sure
this
that's going to
experience.
be badass. I'm sure it's
Yeah.
going to be bad. You know which Final Destination might be good? Is the one with the log. If that came out in 3D,
Which one?
the log one with the log going through the windshield.
I don't think that one's 3D. I think only
It was only one,
it's
right?
one of the later ones. But you know what? There is a software. I haven't fucked with it yet that can make any movie into 3D. I need to mess with that because Gali went into one of the public rooms in big screen and they had Sinners 3D. He said it looked good, and that wasn't a 3D movie.
But it wasn't the one that he was telling me that he went into one of those rooms that was called Grinder, and he was seeing some crazy shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's not here to defend himself.
Oh, too bad. Too bad. Who told him to go on vacation? Nah,
Yeah, right. He's on vacation.
It's
Fuck
open.
him. He
It's
was on
open.
Grinder. He was on Grinder.
He was on Grindr. I was like this. Whoa, bro. He's like, no, I accidentally. I said, but you stood. He said, yeah, because I wanted to see it was looking so awesome on the screen. I said, man, to each their own. And then, we left the conversation right there.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, dude. We're gonna have to get his ass on it. But dude, I'm glad that you enjoyed Jason Friday 13 Part 3, 3D, the way it's supposed to be. Hey, shout out to Welcome to Die. He was always telling me.
I have to apologize to him. Listen, I'm not saying it's great, but the experience was awesome, and that harpoon scene was fucking badass.
Oh yeah. That's one of the best kills. And to watch in 3D, the way it's supposed to be, it makes the difference.